just wanted to do a quick little video so I remember. I had my first beer in a week, and I'm definitely fucking high and drunk. But two, also, in the game, you are... there's brick walls, and it's like you can feel the texture almost, because there is a little bit of vibrating feedback, especially on the right side where there's some railing, and it's almost like your brain, in some senses, depending on how much into it you are, can almost feel the metal like you were like you were actually touching it. And I feel like the more these video games get realistic, the more the people who don't imbibe in alcohol, marijuana, and drugs are gonna feel the things that I have felt in VR, because it's just this whole sensory experience, and it makes you realize all these things that the people say in some of the sci-fi TV shows. Or I watched the Matrix trilogy recently, and they're like, if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life. And obviously that's probably not going to be true, but they say that this thing popped into my brain, saying that Trinity says your brain makes it real, implying in the Matrix that it's so real that you die, I guess, because you think you die in the video game. So, but I'm more using that as an allegory slash analogy, whatever is the more appropriate term, to say that it just feels so real. The killing, not so much. Definitely at times, but not as much, because it's like generic death animation, so you can kind of look past that most of the time. But other times it feels too real. It feels like you're killing real people in the video game, which you're not. But I can imagine in a not so distant future where you are actually, each person that you kill has a custom, death animation, and realistically reacts. And I think they're going to ban those games, or highly restrict them, because it could confuse you. It could confuse you, And it could potentially confuse you. Right now, you can say it's not real. I get it. And also, it's weird. Like, you think 100 years ago, computer, what they would see today, computers and technology and VR and space travel. It was quite amazing. Alien. Witchcraft. Witchcraft was the term I was thinking in game. It's going to be witchcraft, because I'm thinking in the next 100 years, you could have... I was thinking, I can't describe... If I could record this experience, I couldn't describe what I was feeling in the video game, because I know I'm just a little high and drunk. Plus, I'm in Overcharge, Half-Life ALYX, which is an add-on somebody made for Half-Life ALYX, which is actually pretty fun, other than being extremely difficult. I had to turn it down to easy. And a really nice interesting gameplay mechanic, rather, is there are these tiny explosive cylinders that you can pick up and throw, and then I felt kind of like a superhero shooting, blindly shooting with my right hand, while trying to move with my left hand to dodge the combine's fire, and I shoot the small skinny tank, and it explodes, and I think it might have, I don't know if it affected him or not, maybe. I know he didn't, shake or fall down. Anyway, but in 100 years, you'll be able to... I was like, oh shit, you will be able to put a cap on your head, or some wireless device right there that'll trap you. That'll tap into your cerebral cortex of your brain and read your fucking brain, so you will be able to... Your Twitch, your Twitch followers, you will be able to think whatever you're thinking will come out as words, and they couldn't make it come out as your own voice, or you could make it come out as somebody else's voice. I gotta read more of Ray Kurzweil, The Singularity is Here, because I definitely felt... That's why I got that book. And another book called Scale, about universe and scaling patterns and stuff. But yeah, it's amazing. Life's amazing sometimes, when it's not horrible. See, got some stickers. Oh, it's the art challenge. So I got to paint one canvas a day. A little late. It's after midnight, so it's technically November 2nd, but I'm pretty sure Barbara said if you miss one of the days, you can make up. But my sleep schedule's been like where I've been sleeping during the day, so this is kind of like my daytime. Oh, I really hope I sell a canvas this year. Please buy one of my 30-day art challenge 2021 or previous art challenge / small canvases. I hope y'all have a great day. If I post this, which I might, maybe 50-50 will. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe. I just got to cut back on the alcohol, because it feels really nice. So I can understand why I've wanted to abuse this drug for the past 20 years. Because for 11 days, I was not drinking. 11 fucking days. And it was a struggle, but at the same time, I remember those 11 days a hell of a lot better than the previous 20 days. In general. So, it's weird for me with the VR, and that I helped my mom clean the roof yesterday, and I got extremely lightheaded. Part of that is because even though I was wearing a plastic glove, the coldness of the gutter, it was just completely full. The coldness of it, when I hold like a cold soda bottle or cold thing, it just goes to my brain and makes me feel that weird feeling. But it's also the organic shit, decaying organicness from on the roof, all compressed. And I had the same feeling when I was at the beach like a month ago, around all the green, I don't want to say slime, seaweed and stuff. So like I'm very sensitive to like small particles, like viruses and stuff, and pain. But pain is part of life, and it's like tolerating as much pain as you can stand. And another VR thought I had, which is terrible but horrible but amazing, which would probably become true in some cultures. Like the whole pain thing. Like when you're low on health in Half-Life Alyx, your controllers basically start to shake and go dum dum. I fucking hate that. It drives me fucking insane. But I mean, I try to modulate it and manage it and breathe and until I can get to a health station or a stabby vial thing. Even though it feels bad to squish those little health bugs, but that's another thing for another time. I was thinking of making a map where you just constantly need to use the squish the health bugs, because it just feels bad because they're gonna go, oh, they go, coo, you pull down the, yeah, that's life. Life's harsh, we can't live without consuming the flesh of the dead. Well, plants and animals and shit. But I guess you could, like, if you could boil down all the food into like a nutrient slurry, or just make the molecules that your body needs or something like that. So I think in the future also, people will. The horrible thing is that the pain is part of the feedback, like, of life, and even in the VR environment, and even learning your surroundings in VR when you're whacking the controller into a wall or an object, or God forbid a cat or dog or person. It does happen though, and then you quickly learn to keep animals out, or people outside of the room the best you can. Man, look at that dark circle under my eye. I've been playing a lot of video games. I'm just staring at the computer, but I've been going outside too when I can. What was the other thing? Okay, so people will make like almost Squid Game like. It's not really Squid Game like, but it's basically you will be in VR, and your hand to in order to feel the realness of the bricks on the wall in VR, and your hand on the rail in VR will actually be pain feedback. Like, I don't know, the controllers will hurt you in some way, and then it'll be like, gangsters and everybody and normal people will just be like, oh, are you a pussy? You don't play VR with your gore, testicle shredders on? How dare you, testicle shredder? Jesus Christ. No, it'll be like your hands and a hand controller, and then maybe it'll look a little spiky thing. Spikes will come out and hurt you, or more likely it would be like Dune or something. It'd be like electrical induction of pain or something like that. But it just sounds so ridiculous. But we already have sex toys, and we're getting everywhere with the technology. We're just going everywhere. So I'm glad I was able to get all my feelings about Half-Life Alyx and everything out. I hope you enjoyed, and I will continue to drink less. I will do my best. My goal is to not drink tomorrow, even though technically tomorrow is today. It is technically November 2nd already, even though in 2021, even though it's like 2 a.m. But I've tended to be like waking up at like 3 to 6 p.m. or 3 to 9 p.m. and then I go to bed at like 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. But I need to fucking fix that again and shave and keep losing weight. It's like I kind of like plateaued out about 250 pounds. And I think go a little bit down and go a little bit up, but I figured that's multiple reasons. Not eating as much and not drinking like constantly every single day. So, you know, liquid carbs, basically liquid sugar, and exercising. And then I got to take the next step, and that stresses me out, but that's okay. Just take a smaller step forward and just break the hard things down in your life to break it down into smaller tasks. Knock down the barriers to staying clean. Oh, this was my how to be motivated to finish cleaning your room thing. Because I have basically cleaned my room a lot more in the past week to 2 weeks because I was looking for my ID and I knew that I had hidden my ID behind my bed, or it slipped out of my pocket, or the aliens took it, or somebody else took it. I don't know. But it probably just slipped out, or I put it. You know, I was kind of looking forward to not finding my ID for a while because I need that motivation. Like, if it's not the ID, then the motivation to go to the store, you know, to walk. But now I'm cultivating new motivations this past week, and I hope they stick. You know, things like walking to the park. Because the aliens told me. Hey, and if you think aliens are crazy, then God and Buddha and Allah, please don't cut off my head, is just as wacky. Why can't we all just agree? Why can't we just stop killing each other? You know? I am very close to getting vaccinated. I'm very close. I'm so fucking close, baby. I'm so fucking close. I mean, but the thing is, I'm supposed to be doing it for me, right? Because I'm heavy and I'm in one of the risk groups, and I'm an older male at 35, but I'm also kind of young. Man, that is awful. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. I could definitely act as a 35. I could take an acting role as a 35-year-old addicted to alcohol, definitely, if I wanted to role play as that. But I want to be in fucking science fiction and maybe slightly fantasy type shows. But I guess if as an actor, you gotta go through everything. Just like if you start in porn, you gotta start on gay porn. You gotta start on your gay porn first. Anyway, I don't know who the fuck would watch this. I don't know who the fuck would watch this video to this. People who actually are interested or bored, that's amazing. If you give me a like, give me a like, give me a comment. I'm okay. I'm just excited and venting. I'm okay. What shall I title this video? I'm pointing to where the little pop-up